What's going on, guys? I am Matthias, and it is Sunday, and that means I am reading your comments. Today, all of the comments I am reading are all your stories about when you lost your voice. I thought that that was kind of a weak question when I asked it. I was sick, big deal, blah, 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 blah. But you guys had amazing responses, hilarious responses, and these cracked me up. But remember when you're done watching this to answer the question of the day for a future episode, which is, what's your biggest fear? What is it? I want to know. I want to know some honesty, some truthfulness. Let's get deep, open, you know. Let's have it out once and for all. Okay, let's begin. The last time I lost my voice was when I was talking to my friends and my guy friend Jeffrey came up and took off my jacket and put it on, and I screamed at him saying, "Jeffrey, give me my jacket back!" Then he zipped it up and crossed his arms, and I continued to scream at him until he gave it back. When he did, I had to go to band in the next class. So when I was putting my clarinet together, my band director came up and asked me how I was, and all that came out of me was a couple of squeaks and air, and he looked so confused. I lost my voice today while reading my speech in front of everyone in my class. It was so embarrassing. I don't know if this counts as losing my voice, but one time in classroom, I was whispering to my friend because, you know, you can't speak in a classroom, and I wanted to scream whisper. I screamed it out loud with a voice cracking, and everyone just stared at me for the rest of the lesson. It was so awkward. The last time I lost my voice, when I was in choir and we were presenting at the school gym. I had a short solo, but before the presentation, I was playing this game with my friend where you have to scream as loud as possible and run as far as possible. When you run out of air, you stop. Ooh, that's a dangerous game. We played this for about an hour and I won. The prize was ice cream. Nice. When I went to sing on my solo, you couldn't hear a thing and everyone was laughing. I ran out crying. I was presenting in front of everyone. Well, that sucks. But you did get ice cream that day, so it couldn't have been that bad of a day, right? One day I was in class answering a question, and then my voice just suddenly stopped. The teacher was confused, so I had to write down what I was saying, and I couldn't talk. I was so embarrassed. Last time that I lost my voice was when I was still like 4th grade when I was in school. So I have this teacher that is so strict, and she got mad at me because we were talking in class. So when she enters the class, everyone sits like soldiers because she is that scary. She told me to open to page 45, and she told me to read it. My friends know that my voice is gone. I speak up, my voice sounds like a grandma who can't talk, and then she yells at me, "Use your real voice!" I was so scared that I teared up, and everybody is just staring at the teacher like, what did she do to make you mad? And I just cried at that time. It was so humiliating, and every time I walk by her, I'm just like, stares glaring at her and walk away. Once I fell on one of the bars at recess at school and I got the wind knocked out of me, and then I started crying, and then I found my friend Skylar, and when I finally got my voice and breath back, I told my friend that my back hurt while crying, and she said, "Are you pretending?" And I said, "No!" And then I went to the nurse's office. So, yeah. Okay, so I like never shut up and I've never lost my voice, but when I was close to losing it, I just kept on talking and talking. Let's just say my friends and family wished that I had lost my voice for a few days. Last time I lost my voice when I was getting mad at my bro, and he got really mad at me for taking his phone and reading his texts. Anyway, we ended up having a full-on yelling war. My parents told us to go to bed, and we did. The next day I had no voice. So I was at my friend's house for a sleepover, and her mom said, "What do you want to do?" So we both said at the same time, "Pool." So the mom drove us to the public pool. Nobody was there though, so we decided to just screech. When we jumped into the pool, I screeched so much I lost my voice, and I couldn't tell the mom I lost my voice because my throat hurt too much. Catch 22, trying to tell your mom that you lost your voice without a voice. I lost my voice when I had a presentation about David Bowie in class when I said, "He's an actor, an artist." Everyone laughed, even my teacher. So yeah. It was in the middle of a choir concert. We were singing "Don't Stop Believin'" by Journey. It went a little like, "Just a small town cur," and just a lot of squeaking. Best 6th grade choir concert ever. A year or so ago, I had laryngitis. My mom didn't believe me when I had lost my voice, so she said, "Stop trying to skip school or I will take you to the doctors and embarrass you." Well, she took me to the doctor and told them I was trying to skip school, and it turned out that I really had a bad oral infection. So this one time last year, my voice was going through half puberty, half dying. I was trying to talk to some of my friends on a bus, but my voice was so bad it sounded like a fax machine on crack. But my bus driver got so mad that she ended up moving me up to the front of the bus right next to her. If it wasn't bad enough, she started talking to me about puberty. That wasn't the most enjoyable bus ride. The last time I lost my voice, I was actually at my friend's house. She told me that she wanted to watch a video, so we did. So we were just sitting there watching the video when something hilarious happened. I don't exactly remember what, but I started howling with laughter. So much, in fact, that I started shouting. I couldn't stop. When I did stop, however, I suddenly lost my voice. Yep, lesson of the day, never laugh too much. That's actually a funny story. I don't know why it reminded me of this. It's not quite the same thing, but when I was a kid, me and my brother used to live in the same room. And when we were sleeping one night, in the middle of the night, I just randomly woke up, like sat bolt upright and just started laughing. And I couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop laughing. For some reason, I just couldn't stop laughing. And I actually woke up my brother to the point where he's like, "What's so funny?" And I was like, "I don't know." And I just kept laughing and he's like, "Shut up." I remember finally getting myself to stop laughing. And then I just like trying to just there was nothing that was funny. I just had some sort of chemical imbalance in my brain that just made me go crazy for a split second. The last time I lost my voice was actually a couple of weeks ago. I have a pit bull mastiff mixed puppy, and we were trying to train him. In the middle of a command, my voice gave out. Not too surprising, as I did have bronchitis at the time. I was home alone, so I couldn't say anything or do anything to stop him from eating part of the couch and my homework. As stereotypical as that sounds, he ate my homework. I love the fact that the dog actually ate your homework. I lost my voice, and then my mom asked me where my Kindle was. So being the dumb one, I tried to talk, and it sounded like I was choking. My mom quickly grabbed my chest and literally pushed. This was the funny part. A piece of potato chip came out. I had no idea how a potato chip was lodged in my throat. It was a miracle. Mother of the Year award, am I right? Just saved you. But were you not choking? You just had lost your voice? The last time I lost my voice was when me and my friends were talking to a group of guys and she made me tell a story and my voice kept crackling and squeaking. One was my crush. I still don't know if they think I'm crazy. Once I had a sore throat and we had a substitute that was very old. He could not hear well, so he asked me a question. He said, "What?" I told him again, and he still couldn't hear me. Later, he gave us a 20-minute lecture, and after all my friends were mad at me for letting them sit through that. I hope the sub doesn't read this. Like this really old guy that's just like watching. "How dare you, hot butt? How dare you comment on that video? Hot butt?" That's their username. I'm not just like calling him hot butt. So in 7th grade, I was performing in my school choir show. Still in it, by the way, and it was a really big show. I was standing next to my friend and we were both singing our hearts out. In the process of doing so, her voice cracked so loud and we both started to die laughing on stage. I have no idea if anyone saw us, but we couldn't get it together for the entire song. It was great. So once I lost my voice, and when I got better and at school, I was talking to this really annoying boy. I tried to say, "Your incompetence is too much to bear. I'm not even going to answer you anymore." But I ended up sounding like a dying cow because my voice apparently decided to stop working at that very moment. That always sucks, you know? When you're like trying to give someone a really good burn and then your voice cracks and it just nullifies the sting of that burn. That's frustrating. The last time I lost my voice, I was working as a cashier and greeting a customer. I tried to say something like, "Hi, how are you?" And all that came out was a strangled squeak. Then I had acid reflux and then I sneezed. I think I scared that poor woman. She stared at me with huge eyes like I was some kind of terrifying sea monster the entire time I scanned her stuff. The last time I lost my voice was at school and it was my speech day for 5th grade tests. My friends told me that I sounded like a murderer and my speech was actually about the Holocaust, Hitler murdering rampage. So I pretended to be Hitler and now everyone calls me Killer and I'm still being called that for a month now. There's still more. Yesterday I was in the bathroom and people started saying, "Hey, Killer, pass me some toilet paper," and the new girl ran out crying. Everyone that was in the bathroom was sent to the principal's office and I was never to be called that again. But everyone still calls me that. The last time I lost my voice, it sucked. My crush, let's call her Kathy, already knew I liked her, so it was even more awkward when we bumped into each other. When I bumped into her, I tried to say sorry, but then I lost my voice and said, "Oh sh*." But right when I said sh*, I got my voice back and said it out loud. It was about 10 seconds of trading awkward stares. I ran as fast as I freaking could after she looked away, and I actually ended up having to go the same way that she did. So I was running down the stairs and I fell down about 30 steps, and then I just got up and said, "F it," and ran away. I was about 14 and I was playing Minecraft and it crashed over and over. Then I started to yell at 2 hours later. I was yelling at my friend for laughing about the Minecraft crashes. And then my mom came in saying to be quiet, and when I said, "Yes, Mom," it came like a whisper. I have anger issues, and that was just last night. I lost my voice when I was screaming in the middle of a field and my friend asked me, "We will be friends forever, right?" I was trying to say of course, but all that came out was and she stopped me and ran away crying, and that was in grade 3. In my old primary school, we used to do Christmas services each year. On the last year, I was elected to be a narrator, which meant I had to stand on a balcony with a microphone in front of everyone. It was going well until my voice cracked about halfway through and I lost my voice. Worse still, everyone was refusing to be narrator, so I had to keep going with a barely audible squeaking voice. That was so fun. Still makes me cringe to this day. The last time I lost my voice, I screamed so loud during one of my gameplays that my microphone cut out temporarily. It was my time to sing at church, and I was practicing for months. I could finally sing in front of my crush that went to my church. I got up on stage and signaled the chorus of instruments to start. Right when I started singing, it was magical. Mid-song, my voice cracked, and I tried to sing and recover, but nothing would come out. My crush laughed like crazy, but he apologized, I think. Guys, make sure you check out the last reading your comments by clicking on that info card right over there. And remember to answer the question of the day, which is, what is your biggest fear? Let's just get deep into this one, okay? Why does it sound so weird when I say that? Remember to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. That lets me know that you guys are enjoying these videos, and we will see you next time. High five.